full moon before Christmas. 'Twas the full moon before Christmas, and all through the house there were goblins and ghouls and a vampire mouse. The corpses were hung all bloody and bare, in hopes that evil demons soon would appear. The kids were scared speechless and tied to their beds with thoughts of werewolves and red severed heads. Frankenstein's monster with his bride in his lap had been shot with high voltage and glowed from the zap. In the graveyard, the zombies made such a clatter, he sprang from his chair to see what was the matter. Away to the window, singing the Monster Mash, he ripped open the shutters and tore down the sash. The moon on the breast of the werewolf did glow, giving luster to the zombies and goo down below. When what to his implanted eyes should appear but a giant skull pulled by 6 skeleton deer. The deadly old driver had a sickle and pick. He knew 'twas Grim Reaper, not good old Saint Nick. More rapid than ghosts, his cronies they came. Reaper snorted and snarled and called them by name. Now Shaun of the Dead, now Chucky, now Freddy, on Cyclops, on Mummy, now Warlock, be ready. To the top of the gravestone, to the crypt spires so tall, now fly away, ooze away, dance away all. As dried bones so fragile on the wild wind fly, like mist in the morgue they soar to the sky. So to Monster's housetop the skull sleigh it flew, full of torturous devices, and Dracula too. And then there was screaming Monster heard on his roof, the howling and shrieking of Dracula's wolf. As he covered his head from the dread chilling sound, down the chimney came Dracula and his ugly hellhound. They were all covered in blood from head to foot. Drac was covered with guts and crushed bones on his boot. A bundle of bodies he had flung on his back, and he looked very evil, dressed in blood and black. His eyes black as coal, his face pale and white, his cheeks were drawn in, his fangs ready to bite. His bloodthirsty mouth gave Monster a fright, and the stake in his hand was as sharp as a knife. Monster knew he was done for as he opened his mouth, but just then old man Satan came into the house. He had a red face and 2 horns on his head. Now, for sure, Monster knew he was dead. Satan spoke not a word, but scowled at Drac and his hound. And with eyes full of fear, up the chimney they bound. Satan looked at Monster with a scowl. What a fright! But then, all of a sudden, a smile, big and bright. Satan laughed so hard, the bells in the clock chimed. "Don't worry, my monster, it is Christmas time." He waved his hand and a bright tree appeared. With a nod, candy, toys, and presents were there. "There are certain things even Satan won't do," he called as he flew like a witch on a broom. Monster heard him exclaim as he vanished from sight. "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."